is a timescale on Panoptic? Well, note that options on Panoptic are perpetual, so they don't expire, so it's not an expiry date. However, it is labeled here as an approximate timescale, and what it is kind of this approximation of how long your option might stay in range and accumulate premia for. So for example, if we go add a put option, let's say we're selling a put, so we're going to earn some premium. This put option, if you scroll down and look at the leg details, has two prices. It's in between this 0.000035 and 0.000565. You can also see them as the two dots here on the graph here. When you click the leg, those numbers pop up above those dots. So the longer term option, this 1 month option, is going to be a bit wider, whereas the 1 week option will shrink down and narrow in. So you see how the lower price and higher price is actually a little bit closer to the strike price now, whereas with the 1 month option, it's a bit further out. You can see that visually too. And so what exactly is this? Well, if you recall, Panoptic is built on top of Uniswap, and Uniswap LP positions have a price range, and they're likely to stay in range longer if the range is wider. So wider positions means maybe a longer duration of fee accumulation, whereas a narrower position is going to have a shorter amount of time accumulating premium. And so if you're selling options, you like premia. And so, the wider it is, the longer duration potentially you'll be earning. There is a trade-off, of course, which is the wider the position, you're earning at a smaller ratio because you have less contribution of liquidity to the spot traders on Uniswap. So you're going to earn a smaller amount of fees, but you might earn it for a longer duration. So you can choose your time scale. Up here, it's a global measure, and down here on each leg you can actually set the time scale differently. This lets you do stuff like sell calendar spreads, but you can actually change and have one leg be a different time scale than the other, and if you change the global button, it will reset them all back to the same time scale. Now there are other time scales, and these are even more narrow or more wide, and you can actually access them if you just turn on this advanced mode here in the settings, and that will reload the page, but then it will give you access to these other time scales that you'll see. Like the 1 year is very, very wide, right? And the 1 day is very, very narrow. And these are calculated based off of an estimate. And so the estimate is more or less accurate, for some pairs, and it's going to be quite inaccurate for other pairs. It has this assumption of an underlying 50% volatility. Stablecoin pairs are going to be probably a lot less. A lot of crypto pairs are going to be a lot more. So just take it as a rough metric of kind of how wide or narrow your position is if it was in Uniswap.